My name is Shawnee. My bloodline is from Six Nations. I am Mohawk, but I grew up in Welland, Ontario, tiny little town. My first job was a Shania Twain impersonator. I was like 12 years old. My job was to impersonate Shania Twain, so I'd like run around my town and, do shows at parades and festivals and stuff like that. I was really drawn to country music in the beginning. Then I made money singing in a rock band in like bars and clubs and stuff like that in my older teenage years. So that really influenced my voice and power. And then I moved to Toronto and I started a band and I started to perform my own original music, and we needed a band name. So it was me and a couple other guys, and I came up with the name She King because the name drew me, because it was about female empowerment. Something about it kind of just spoke to me, so that's where the name came from, and I stuck with it for a little bit and released a couple songs. And then again I started to evolve. I decided to go by my original name, which is funny because when I was a kid I used to run away from it and I used to say I wanted to change my name, but I've grown to love it, and I've grown to love what it stands for and where it comes from. So I go by my first name, and my music has a lot more soul now than it ever did. I'm really drawn to, like old school blues music. So there's that kind of influence as well. And it's almost as if every influence that was in my life and that time I spent doing that music, they all have come together in making me into who I am today. So I was sitting at home and I came across another story of a young person that ultimately lost a battle of depression by committing suicide. The more time I spent really learning about what's happening in Canada and what's happening with our people, the bigger the emotions got, and the more it reminded me of how much I was affected as a child by depression. And as scary as that is and was, but is for me to come to terms with and even speak openly about it, I realized how important it is to be open with that part of my history. I feel like music for me, it saved my life as a kid. So I started a Kickstarter campaign to go towards Warrior Heart, so the recording of the song as well as a video. I was actually surprised to see that there were a lot of people that some of them didn't even know that there was a suicide crisis in Canada in Indigenous communities with youth, and that's a problem. A lot of people don't know. You say suicide crisis and they don't know what that means. So my hopes is that we can make more people aware, but more importantly, empower Aboriginal youth. The title Warrior Heart, it just kind of speaks the most to how I feel I want to empower these young people to take something so heartbreaking and sad and hard and difficult and use that to grow. And I call it adding fuel to your own fire, to grow as a person and to fight for your life. And that's kind of what the song's about. It's, when you deal with something like depression, you're fighting and you're a warrior. So that's where it comes from. The collaborators for this song are all friends I've known for many years. Rose is doing backup vocals, and I've known her for 8 years, and I'm excited that she's going to be working on this project. She's exactly the person I would want to be a part of this. Then there's Dan, DJ Shub, and we always look for excuses to work together. He's such a great guy and someone I just connected with, immediately. And then I'm working at Villa Sound. I've been here for years with Tim Thorney and Adam, and we've been working on different projects, so it feels comfortable for me to be here. Digital Drum, thank you so much for being here. I absolutely love you guys. You guys have been supporting me since day one. I absolutely love you. So peace out, Shawnee. Thanks, guys.
Your wicked scars that break your heart, broken down and beat and tied.
That was for sure the best heart. We're doing good.
Yeah?